Semi-auto assault rifles kinda got left behind everything in this game. Full auto is always better in a horde shooter. Shotguns are also better because range of engagement is usually not that high, just everything had an edge. So it's no wonder Latron gets the Incarnon treatment, but they may have went a bit overboard with this one. It's probably the most comparable to how primary Tombfinger works. It's just better, even with Tombfinger having access to Kitgun arcanes. Primary fire mode gets quite a significant boost, but we are here to talk about the cherry on top, and that's the Incarnon mode. It's not a hit scan like primary fire is. It's quite a slow projectile, but it hits like a truck, and it bounces around causing damage all over the place. Which is why it's highly recommended to use frames with status immunity or run prime sure-footed with this. You never know where these projectiles will end up. One even bounced and hit me from behind. With Latron, it feels like they tried to make all evolutions useful. Second evolution either adds a lot of multi-shot on puncture status, or if you got your running shoes on, then you can have innate condition overload. I went with the first option because I don't run any sprint speed mods, but if you do that, then second option is quite insane. Third evolution is some nice utility. We either get recoil reduction, or increase in magazine size, or negative zoom. Here it's mostly between first two options because primary fire has a tad of a kick, but I went with increased magazine size because for its magazine size, Latron has a tad of a slowish reload. Not that big of a deal with Incarnon mode, but it's for comfort. Last evolution is amazing, since every option has a place. You can either strip a lot of armor with the first one, which is great for something like Demolis. You can either double your headshot damage, which would be insane with Ivara, because this should be additive and her headshot bonus is multiplicative. Last option is more of a broad one, and it significantly improves critical capabilities. For general use, of course, we go with the last option, but the other two are great in those more specific scenarios. So for a build, it's a classic critical build with critical delay. I went with Viral with 2 60/60 mods because of second evolution benefiting from a lot of status effects. And I put in all 3 galvanized mods with 100 munitions. You can fit range instead of some, but I went with this for scaling. For the Exilus slot, we cannot use terminal velocity to increase projectile flight speed, and in a move that I can only describe as grade A trolling, D defaulted to using V polarity in that slot. So we have to do format in order to fit Vigilante in there. Or Cautious Shot, because weapon has no ammo issues. Vigilante is there mostly for extra crits. Now, talking about criticals, the reason I stacked both critical delay and galvanized scope, even though Incarnon Foam already has 200% critical chance, is because zooming in makes it push that number way over 300%. So it's a huge damage buff whenever you need that extra oomph. You can definitely fit an explosion range mod instead of one of those if you like it, but with all that bouncing around, I do not feel like it. Like I said at the start, they may have gone overboard with this weapon. They definitely did, and I feel like the only thing that can hold this weapon back is reintroduction of self-damage. This just has it all. Extreme power, lots of ammo, and utility when you need it in the form of armor stripping. Though with this much damage, I'm pretty sure you need to stay quite a while in a disruption in order to actually need to do some armor stripping. Bleed procs when you nail that headshot with maximized galvanized scope are nutty, and multi-shot value ensures that almost every shot with Incarnon form will trigger 100 munitions. In conclusion, this weapon is busted. It's definitely worth getting, and as for Rivens, they'll definitely murder the Riven disposition, so I wouldn't invest in it. It's not like this weapon needs a Riven for anything, it has it all and we can fit all the mods that we need to. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.